What is going on? Welcome to the video. This is Average Joe Chess, where we play a game every single day on the road to 2000, documenting the journey along the way. If that's something that you're interested in, please consider subscribing, because again, I post every single day. Coming off of a loss, we were on a bit of a win streak, and I lost the game. I got back ranked, checkmated, but to make it less embarrassing on myself, it was not a true back rank checkmate. The knight was covering the one escape square, so maybe a little bit less embarrassing there, but a rookie mistake regardless, a mistake that I should not be making. So we're gonna look to avenge that today. We'll start up a rapid, and here we go. We are playing Dougal. We get the white pieces, so it is my choice of what I would like to play. I would like to go back to the English. I have fun with the English. I'd say we're getting the main theoretical line with the English as well with e5. I'm just trying to fianchetto, trying to put my knight onto f3. I will do that. If opponent tries to hop in, we will simply just push a pawn. He does not. Maybe I should castle first, or maybe set up e3 so I could push d4. Take. Let's go e3 first. Maybe opponent hops the knight out. Brings the bishop out to hit this pawn. Push. Takes. You'd have to back that up first. So there's d4 on the board. Again, he is threatening this pawn, but this is a bigger threat than that. That is a good move. That is actually, but I'm gonna play this because if takes, now I take back and I'm defending my pawn. But good find by my opponent there. If you ever have to move a piece, you should move it to where it's attacking something. In that instance, opponent moved it to a square where it was attacking my king actually. But the principle applies for any move. Anytime you can move a piece where it's attacking another piece, definitely something to consider. Now I will hop this knight out here, and now I have 3 attackers on e4. This is actually a very satisfying position for me to achieve, because I see in I learned the English from watching videos, and that was something that they always said, is that never be scared of e4, because you can typically hop the knight there and then it uncovers a whole bunch of attacks onto the e4 square. So not sure how my opponent's really gonna hang on to this pawn here. Could push this pawn, but then I'm just gonna take. I do need to get castled though. Not seeing any threats that my opponent has yet, but always safer to get castled than not. But I got to keep this pawn on c4 for a bit, like I said, to stop the pawn from defending right here. But should I get the opportunity to get my pawn here, check out how much of a monster of a piece that's going to be. So I'm going to take this pawn now. If opponent takes, I will take right back. And then we are going to try and get castled. Opponent castles, just seeing if there's anything better that I have. I don't think so. Could push here first, see if he's going to back up, but I think I'm castling on the king side regardless. So let's go ahead and do that. And then, let's see, let's check on the opponent's last move. He's not threatening here. He's not threatening to go here. The only forward moves for the knight are here and here. A simple pawn push right here takes away this square from the knight. So feels like a good move, keep it kind of squared right there. Opponent adds another attacker to the knight, but I do still have 2 defenders on it. So I'm gonna take this time to move my rook over here, just so that if my opponent brings his bishop here to attack mine, I want to keep this piece. Again, look at this. This piece is a monster. I don't want my rook right here, because then there's a skewer if I pull the bishop out. So now we don't have to worry about that. Opponent pushes h6. Unprompted push of pawns on the king side. I'm almost wondering if I push d5, but then my bishop's not really too happy like that. Could start rolling up the b pawn. Then the knight really has no forward movement. Just trying to see if there is something better. Again, still 2 attackers on this knight, but there's also still 2 defenders. Pushing b4 would not change that. I'll go for it. Get some space advantage over here on the queen side. I think my opponent was playing a little bit of a waiting move right there with h6, so we will take the time to try and gain our own space. Opponent preventing this. Rook to the b file would allow for me to push here, but it would drop this pawn eventually. Trying to see what I have here. Push here. No, the knight wouldn't have to go back anymore. The knight would go to e5 most likely, and then that would become a very active piece. If I push here first, knight can take there. So I'm going to take control of the b file, just in case. Just in case. Going down a little bit on time, but still have plenty. Position is still pretty equal. I am +1. Opponent is now adding a 3rd attacker to this knight. That is a good move. It also pins my queen, or pins my knight to my queen. I can simply, well, not simply, it'd be a sacrifice, but if I hop the knight here, that's check, and then I'd be out of the pin. If I push here, opponent is likely gonna take first. So kind of have to throw in f3, I think. Temporarily unhappy bishop, but once I get my queen off of the same line, it should be okay. Also, once things start opening up a bit, it should be better. I can also push g4. I know it weakens up my king side a bit, but I have a whole wall of pawns. I actually haven't lost a single pawn. So very interesting position for that reason. G4 could be a move. Let's see what the opponent does first. Now I can push d5. Knight would have to move first. And then if the knight would have to move first because this is no longer an actual threat. I control e4. Or not control it, but he has 3 attackers on e4. I have 3 defenders. Okay, so bit of a prophylactic move there from my opponent. He hops the knight out of the way first. Let's see where he could be trying to go. I am not sure. My c4 pawn's still doing a really good job of preventing any pawn here from forcing my knight out of the way. If I push g4, opponent could just go right back. Don't really know what I would have there. I could push d5 and then stop this pawn from ever coming forward. And I'm gonna do that because now I don't know how this knight rejoins the game. Currently I don't see a way for the knight to come back into the game. So we're gonna keep expanding. I would love to be able to hop my knight out of the way here and push e4 and shut this bishop out, but there's a drawback for me doing that. Takes allows the knight to come back in. If he takes, that's actually great for me because then my queen will be right here. I'm still defending the knight and I'm no longer pinned. So is there a way for me to make him do that? Because I would love to see that move. Damn, yeah, so we kind of have to play like a waiting move right here. I feel good with the setup, so I don't mind. Let's bring the rook over to the d file. Just for now. So I'm really hoping for this, but then we're also playing hope chess, which is not ideal. If opponent takes on c4, that would be great. That would be ideal. I guess it's not the end of the world if I do take the pawn, because whether he pushes or if I do, the knight does still have a way back into the game. Could push g4. Alright, so we got it. Let's be quick. We've still got moves to make. Knight comes in. Alright, now we can start thinking about what way can I get this knight better now that it's no longer pinned. I'm gonna hop back and take. If he does, he could just go for the pawn. I'll admit I didn't see that. I should have pushed a4 first. If opponent takes a4, I'll go queen back to b3. Queen back to b3. Yeah, I'll admit I didn't see that move. Unfortunate. Knight back here, I'm gonna take it. And then my next plan is to play e4. Good move, but 2 pieces for a rook is always ideal. And I'm taking with the knight just so I can keep this rook right here. Knight also adds another defender right there. Gotta start playing a little bit quicker. I should start thinking about a new home for my knight. Don't really know where it's gonna go. We have some soft squares right here. This might be the pathway. It would take a while. Queen up there is interesting. I could push right here He's looking at this. So I'll go knight here first. My bishop is a little bit unhappy right now. I could go f4 to kind of kick the queen out of here a bit. Would help to unlock my bishop again. So, gotta play quick. I think I'm looking for knight a4. But if the queen stays here, I think I'll go f4 first. And then maybe king up. Just to get an extra defender right there. Tough position. I'm also realizing knight a4 doesn't really work because there's no square for it to go after that. So one of these pawns has to move. Or I could drop the bishop back, threaten this pawn, but then my own bishop would be pinned, which I don't want. Let's kick the queen. And then if I push this pawn, it will be defended by knight and the rook. So now we get another tempo on the queen. Let's see, if I push here, pawn takes. Let's do it. Could even take with the rook. I am +1, so trades are good. So gotta keep playing quick. We are up ahead on time now. I'm expecting takes. It's kind of what I'm preparing for. I know you should always prepare for the opponent's best move. Doing my best to see what his best move is. This does unlock a square now for my knight, except the problem is that if my knight goes here, this pawn is only defended by this pawn. Queen moves over. My pawn is pinned now with that move. Let's get... I can't push here because of opponent's move there. Here, takes, doesn't work. Let's get the king up. Try and make a move. Opponent takes. He does add now another defender onto here. That's what that queen move was for. That was what it did. Gotta be quick. Just don't really know. Let's take. Oh, my pawn is pinned. That's a big mistake. Big mistake. Let's drop back. Oh, that was a big mistake. I gotta play very fast now. Very fast, but not make mistakes. If I go here, there's a check. I don't want that. Queen here. Jump my king back. I'll take this way. Almost wanted to en passant, but it wouldn't have worked. I will take though immediately if something takes this pawn, rook or the queen. That has to be a blunder. Yeah, I think the time was getting to my opponent. Give the opponent some props there. He was a very tough opponent. We were able to take advantage of the clock there at the end for sure, which helped a lot. Blunders happen, so yeah, and they definitely happen when you only have 20 seconds on the clock. So definitely feel like I got away with one there. That pawn being pinned there near the end was a very bad mistake by me. So knight out was bad. It wanted here first, but I like to get ready for. I like to be able to push pawns and hit the bishop whenever I can. Check was good. Bishop was the right move. Take back. It defended the pawn. See, like I said, this is a mistake because of g5. g5 is almost always there. That was an interesting move. I should have gone out here. Well, what did opponent play after? Opponent brought queen out in front of the king. Okay, so yeah, maybe he would have done a different move if we brought the queen over there. What else happened? Takes. That was all good. Castle. Castle was bad. It wanted to bring my knight back. Another mistake. Another mistake. It's crazy like that these all look like mistakes, but it doesn't feel like it in the moment. And even looking at this analysis, sometimes I don't really understand why things are a mistake. So it wanted me to take that pawn, but I was scared of that. Opponent would take, I would take. I guess I should have never been scared of a knight here, because where was it ever gonna go? This was what I wish I did. It was a big mistake by me. Probably why there was even any theatrics in the game at all was because of this move by me. Yeah, and then where did it want? It wanted this here. That would have been interesting. That would have been really interesting. Oh wait, but he would have never taken that. Would he? Check. King up. Oh, I get it. Check, take the knight, win the queen back. Stockfish be going crazy sometimes. This was a blunder. I know it doesn't always feel comfortable, or at least I can speak for myself from when I was a lower elo or like early on in my chess career. I was always thinking, oh, I need my rooks. This knight is 3 points. This rook is 5 points. So when I take the bishop back, I'm +1. And think about it, as nice of a piece as the rook is, would you rather have a knight and a bishop or one rook? So anytime you can see that, like on the chessboard, like if you can get a position like that where you're getting 2 pieces for your rook, absolutely you should always take it. So right here it wanted pawn up. Yeah. Things got really interesting here. Where was my blunder? My blunder was I should have never got the king out. That was a move that I made when I didn't have a lot of time. That's a good find. I did not see that the knight supported right here. So it would have wanted me to continue to push. Rook take would be bad because now it's pinned to the king. And it doesn't even want me to take yet. And then, yeah, if that happens, then the queen gets pinned to the king. Interesting. So yeah, my blunder almost sold the game for me. Jeez, look at that evaluation bar. That was awful. Bishop here was so good. It was also supported by the rook. So king f2, horrible move. Rook, horrible move. He got it for free. And then we played quick right here. And opponent, I still had like no advantage after that. Maybe that's where opponent was trying to go, was here. But yeah, simple knight there, or even pawn there. No, pawn wouldn't have worked because again, pinned. Pins were going nuts in this game. But yeah, unfortunate blunder for my opponent. He was putting together a very good game. It's crazy, even after taking the queen, my evaluation didn't really change at all because I was down so much material. Bishop out. Let's see, my opponent would have probably, what would he have done? Say he pushed. I would keep going. Take the bishop, win it back. And then, yeah, maybe it's a case of how are you ever gonna protect that pawn? So yeah, we definitely would have had to grind it out. Bit of a longer video here because the game went a bit longer and I found the analysis to be very interesting. But the video was a little bit too long for you. Apologies for that. Normally we don't go the full 20 minutes, but in this game we did. I hope that you enjoyed that game. I thought it was very good. And we both got a little bit sloppy with the lack of time at the end, but overall good educational game. Nice to get back into the win column. That win brings us back up to 1491. So we're knocking on the door of being back into the 1500s. Hopefully we can do that tomorrow. Hope that you come back for that video, and until then, I will see you then.